next meal that you eat and store it as more fat. This is why when you even eat low-calorie foods or run for an hour a day, it seems like you get softer, but you don't actually lose any weight. And this is one of the biggest reasons why most weight loss attempts fail within the first 3 weeks. But what's cool is there's a way to change how your body processes food so that you not only don't store it as fat, but you turn your body into a fat-burning machine without doing extra workouts or being super strict on your diet. And if you want to learn how to do that, click the link below or above and watch the free presentation on the next page and learn how you can do this before you miss out. So click that link wherever it is.
At Cadillac, you have the option of shopping online and taking delivery at home where available. Cadillac, we have your back. Get 0.9% APR for 72 months on 2020 XT4, XT5, and XT6, plus deferred monthly payments for 120 days.
Final bit of news here regards Jalen Hurd and the vision and idea for Hurd going into 2020. With the 49ers losing Emmanuel Sanders, Hurd's whole impact has to become greater because you drafted Brandon Ayuk and you have Deebo Samuel, but you still need another receiver to go ahead and tie it all together. And a guy who was drafted last year, missed the entire season, yet still has very high expectations according to Kyle Shanahan. I think he's going to have an absolutely massive year. Peter King has a fascinating quote on what he thought about Jalen Hurd as early as last year. I'll get to that in a second. Quick question: who has more catches in 2020, Hurd or Ayuk? Type H down below for your Hurd. Type A down below for Brandon Ayuk. Who has more catches? Let me know down below. So Peter King had a fascinating interview and article with Kyle Shanahan, head coach of course the 49ers. This is all for NBC, published just a couple of days ago, and they brought up the idea of Hurd's 2020 impact. And Peter King straight up told this to Kyle Shanahan, quote, "I walked out of that camp, the 49ers camp that is, and got in the car to go to the next place. The two I was traveling with said, well, what was your impression? I said, we just saw the 2019 NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Hurd is going to come out of nowhere. He's fantastic." That was Peter King's analysis when he was at the 49ers training camp as early as last year. Now, he says that to Kyle Shanahan a couple of days ago, and Shanahan basically agreed with him, saying, yeah, basically 14 different practices that Hurd was on the football field last year before the injury, and he was the best player on the field for all 14. They are as ecstatic and and excited for Jalen Hurd as anybody in the National Football League. They think that he can be a not only great player for the 49ers, but a superstar in this league, and they're excited to see him go ahead and get on the football field going forward in 2020. Don't let the injury, don't let the preseason stats, don't let the fact that there's Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk scare you away from thinking that Jalen Hurd is not going to be good in the National Football League. There's a reason that the 49ers got him in the third round. There's a reason that Peter King told Kyle Shanahan that I saw him back last year. He was the best player in training camp. He's healthy. He's ready to go. He's going to have an absolutely massive season. The 2020 season. I absolutely cannot wait. This offense, I'll tell you, this offense, Deebo, Ayuk, Bourne, Hurd, Trent Taylor, maybe Dante Madison. He actually turned out to be good. The running backs, the offensive line. This is going to be a great 49ers offense, and I would argue it will be better and probably more potent than where it was last season. That was a very good offense overall. Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm going to say this, I'll finish with this. Jimmy Garoppolo has got to be one of the happiest quarterbacks and happiest people in the NFL with all the weapons that he has, the weapons he has coming back, and the head coach to scheme them all correctly. Jalen Hurd is going to have an absolutely massive year. It's fun to hear what obviously Peter King and what Kyle Shanahan had to say in that interview over at NBC. Okay, so all the time we have for today on the 49ers Report, trying to get you guys updated here on the latest update in terms of George Kittle's contract. I'm expecting it to be sooner rather than later. I'll be shocked if they wait into training camp and then maybe a holdout. Like, they want to avoid all that with George Kittle, who's quickly become one of the faces of the 49er franchise. Just avoid all that. Pay the money. It's going to be a lot of money. Let's get that deal done overall. The Joe Staley stuff was interesting because I wanted to update you guys as to why he retired at such a weird time. It was like day 2 of the draft. It's like, oh, he's retiring. He's out. Ain't looking for 49ers. Trading for Trent Williams. That was overall. That was really good. And then finally, the vision for Jalen Hurd and the excitement surrounding Jalen Hurd is palpable and it's real. And I wanted to get you guys excited for that as well. Okay, again, all the time we have for today on the 49ers Report. I am Thomas Mott signing off. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
are joined by NBC Sports NFL analyst Chris Sims. Chris, glad to have you with us. We're all in quarantine. You got your doors. You're working with our old buddy Ahmed Fareed, who had some nice jokes for you about that. But we're glad to have you join us to discuss a little bit of 49ers draft discussions, also looking ahead for the Niners. But I know on your podcast you said the Niners had the second best draft. So first off, who had the best draft? And then also, what was your overall impression of the Niners in the 2020 draft?
Yeah, sure. So I gave the Baltimore Ravens the team that I thought had the best draft. Just 5, 6 draft picks where I went, wow, they're going to contribute to that football team this year. Now, if I gave an award for, the 3 biggest draft picks, and I'm counting Trent Williams as part of that, because they made a draft day move and the 3 most impactful moves in draft because would be the San Francisco 49ers. I think they killed it. And listen, hey, we know I'm biased. Yeah, so what? I am. I know John Lynch, and I'm really good friends with Kyle Shanahan. But I think anybody that knows me and listens to me, too, that I have questioned moves they've made in the past before. I don't totally always just roll out the red carpet for them. But I just think they killed it. I think there's 2 things that jump out to me. The fact that they got Javon Kinlaw in 13 or 14 once they traded back a spot from that DeForest Buckner trade, I mean, wow. The fact that he was still on the board at that moment, I look at Kinlaw as really a top 5 talent in the draft. I thought he was a better player coming out of college than DeForest Buckner was coming out of Oregon. So they killed it there. And then Brandon Ayuk from Arizona State. I mean, we know the 49ers need another receiver. There's kind of a lot of unproven commodities there other than Deebo Samuel. And you lose Emmanuel Sanders. Plus, I know my buddy Kyle Shanahan had his eye on Brandon Ayuk. I do. Kyle is, when Kyle talks receivers, I perk up. That's his expertise. He's the best receiver evaluator I've ever been around. And, of course, you can go back and look at his history with any team and see the results his receivers have had. And that's because he knows how to coach them and get them open. So between those 2 things, and then, holy cow, to get Trent Williams on day 2 and a franchise left tackle, but I think what's more impressive, it just shows you Shanahan and Lynch, the respect their team has for them and how they do business. Because for Joe Staley to keep that quiet for that long, I mean, it looks like he knew he was going to retire. I mean, as soon as we heard about Trent Williams, all right, I'm retiring. See you later. I mean, that was I think Lynch and Shanahan knew that beforehand, but it was a great job by them to keep it quiet so that the rest could get on the fire for more an acquisition as far as the trade is concerned. So I really think they killed it.
Chris, you said that Javon Kinlaw in your mind is a top 5 defensive tackle. Not drafted, period. But yet, when the 49ers came up there at 13, they could have had all but 1 wide receiver. They could have had Tristan Wirfs. What is it about Javon Kinlaw that makes him such a good fit for Robert Saleh's scheme?
Yeah, well, because I think with Robert Saleh's scheme, and a guy that's 325 pounds, Matt, and, weirdly, crazily explosive for that size, and in that Robert Saleh scheme, it's all about the defense. It's everybody in one gap. You win this gap. So Javon Kinlaw can line up between the guard and the center, and he's going to win that gap, every time. There's no humans on earth that are going to stop this man once he shoots it there. Let alone his ability to get off blocks is what really impressed me too, Matt. I mean, he can stand up offensive lineman guards and just throw to the side and then go make the tackle on the football. It's all of those things, let alone he's a good interior pass rusher. Let's accentuate the strengths of our team, or let's make sure the strengths of our team continue to stay our strength. Hey, look at the Kansas City Chiefs. They take a running back at the end of the first round. They don't need offensive weapons. He's got a first-hand experience on what those offensive weapons can do, but they know that's their bread and butter. And that's where I love Shanahan and Lynch and what they did, because they know that defensive line was special last year for them. And, yes, his size, explosion, strength, and point of attack, you name it, it's through the roof. I don't think if it isn't for a rough upbringing and maybe people questioning that aspect of what the person is, I don't think there's any way he gets out of the top 7 or 8 picks. But fortunately for the 49ers and my buddies there, he was there, and it's a big-time pick.
Yeah, so they're able to move back 1 spot and get him, but then they moved up to get Brandon Ayuk. And certainly Ayuk wasn't the only wide receiver that they could have had if they picked earlier. But Kyle did say afterward, kind of made it sound like maybe CeeDee Lamb was their top pick at the wide receiver spot, but that Brandon Ayuk was either right there with him or just a shade behind. Right. And so when you look at the route running of Judy, the speed of Ruggs, what is it about Brandon Ayuk that really fits what Kyle Shanahan is looking for in a wide receiver?
Yeah, well, and again, to Matt, to what you're saying, that's the brilliance of Shanahan there. Yeah, I think you're right. I think CeeDee Lamb was the number one receiver on the board, but Ayuk was not far behind. And I think they said, whoa, CeeDee Lamb and Javon Kinlaw on the board. Holy cow, I did not expect this. But, okay, there's other receivers I like, and I think, later on in the draft, you can make a move here at some point in the first round. So they went with the last really big-time defensive tackle on the board, knowing there's still a plethora of receivers out there, and I do think Shanahan had his eye on Brandon Ayuk all along. So I think the thing that Shanahan likes about Brandon Ayuk, and this is straight from his mouth. He told me that he reminds him of Isaac Bruce, and what he means by that is incredible route running, smooth as can be. Like if he goes 10 yards and got to make a left at the white line, he can do it and do it at full speed and never miss a beat. He can just stick his foot in the ground, come out of the break, and that's really great for a quarterback to know that and not have that little pause at the top of the break or whatever it may be, and then you got to wait to see when he's going to come out. I think it's the route running, the hands, the body control, and the way he fits with Deebo Samuel, he's going to be able to do some of that Deebo Samuel stuff, but more importantly, he's going to take the place of what Emmanuel Sanders did, which is, all right, play action pass, work it over the middle. We can snatch the ball out of the air and continue to run without losing a step. And I think all those things are what Shanahan looks at the wide receiver position, or why you like Ayuk so much.
While we're on the Ayuk train, I'll keep that train rolling because this is a yak guy. It's just more fun to say yak. George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, these are all yak guys, yards after the catch. And Brandon Ayuk is known for that. How important is that stat specifically in a Shanahan scheme?
Well, it's important in any scheme, right? I mean, Laura, there's no doubt, but I think in the Shanahan scheme, it's very you saw what Deebo Samuel could do last year. I think one skill that people missed out on sometimes with evaluating yak is a guy like Ayuk or Deebo Samuel, when they're running over the middle at full speed, they don't slow down or gear down to catch the ball and then bring it in and then try to restart, right? They're more of I'm running 100 miles per hour, there's the ball, and they just pull it and they keep running 100 miles per hour. And I think that's the thing that Shanahan has a great eye for, is seeing those type of players, because it fits well off of the play action of who passes, right? We see Jimmy Garoppolo, they run the ball for 5, they run the ball for 10, and all of a sudden it's a play action pass, and whoa, Deebo Samuel screaming over the middle, and he's wide open, and all of a sudden you go, whoa, it was a 10-yard pass, and they ripped off 30 yards because of the play design, the quarterback being accurate, and then the wide receiver, most importantly, being able to rip the ball out of the ground and still out of the air and still stay at 100 miles per hour at full speed. And that's what Ayuk could do, let alone what you brought up. His ability to break ankles and make people miss and wide receiver screen game and slants and things like that is very special. So, we're bolstering the case for the 49ers that had the best draft, because they killed it with those two picks.
Well, Chris, when you look at their offense, I don't think Kyle ever felt like this was a machine like the 2016 Falcons, but yet they were second in the league in yards and points scored. The one area, or actually the two areas where I think that they could get a lot better would be the production for the slot receiver and a true third down back. And, they're hoping, obviously, receiver, maybe Brandon Ayuk works in there, and then Jared McKinnon comes back as the third down back. Do you see those as areas of concern on offense that they're putting a lot into those guys being healthy and helping out that third down offense?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, the third down offense, I think, Matt, you hit on a very interesting point where, when you do evaluate the San Francisco 49ers, and the offense is, like you said, it's really good. And it really flows through the magic of Shanahan's game planning and specifically his creative game planning. I mean, there is no doubt about it. Kyle Shanahan's run game is the most expansive, creative run game in football. Every week, I mean, I walk away going, oh, damn, whoa, I've never seen anybody block it that way. Oh, that was a good idea. You know, and so I'm always amazed about what he has in the game plan. But I do think an area they lack in is the drop back pass game. I do. You know, one, because I think they're always in first and second down because they're just always getting first down. But two, I think it's an area where Jimmy Garoppolo can improve. And to your point, Matt, I just don't know if they've got the total skill set and wide receiving core yet that can go out there where Shanahan can trust everybody in their role to do certain things. You know, last year I think he traded for Emmanuel Sanders because, you know, there was no slot receiver. And he knew, man, I'm missing that slot part of my offense where I need an experienced receiver who has to read the coverage on the fly and make the right decision on what route to run. And, you know, that was the big role Emmanuel Sanders had. I think now they feel like, okay, we got Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel in year 2, and they'll have a better feel for it. And their players are going to be, you know, what do I want to say there? Interchangeable. You know, what do you defend? I don't know. This guy can go deep. This guy can run good routes, and that guy can go deep, and this guy can run good routes. And you can't peg one guy like you could for, let's say, like the Philadelphia Eagles, where you go, Deshaun Jackson's going deep, and Alshon Jeffrey's going to be the big target over the middle, and that's kind of what they do all the time. With the 49ers, I don't think you're ever having a beat on what guy.
Chris, since you brought up Jimmy G in areas that he can improve, I mean, football players can always get better, right? But with specifically Jimmy G, he faced so much criticism over the 2019, the entire season. Then he leads his team to the Super Bowl with the overthrow of Emmanuel Sanders in the Super Bowl. All of those concerns and the critics kind of came back out of the woodworks. Do you think that's going to carry over into 2020? And do you think that that's justified? Or has Jimmy Garoppolo proven enough to make all of the critics be quiet?
Well, he's proven enough to me. Here, I'm one critic that'll tell you you can win a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, come on. Let's not go crazy here, right? It was 20-10 with 4 and a half or 6 minutes left in a football game, and we saw one of the most special players in the history of our sport just catch on fire, and unfortunately the 49ers had to be the bearer or, you know, deal with that. So, yes, he can win a Super Bowl. Now, do I think it's going to go away from the mainstream media across the nation? No, I don't. I think he's going to have to continue to hear this until he proves to everybody that he is so clutch and they can make a few playoffs where he wins the game with them at the end of the game instead of like what we saw in the playoffs where they dominated the run game and Kyle Shanahan said, why wouldn't I keep running it if I'm dominating the run game? And that added, I think, to the fuel of Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, oh, no, Kyle Shanahan doesn't trust Jimmy Garoppolo. No, Kyle Shanahan's going with the hot hand, which was the run game. You know, and so, I don't have those questions about Jimmy Garoppolo. He was clutch as hell in the Rams game at home in San Francisco. He was clutch as hell in Week 17 in a de facto, basically, playoff game for home field advantage up in Seattle. Is he perfect? Is he a top 5 talent? No. But he's one of those guys that's right on the edge of the 10 best quarterbacks in the game. And between Shanahan and the talent around him, he's certainly good enough to bring San Francisco back to the Super Bowl and win.
Chris, certainly the offense didn't perform in that Super Bowl in the fourth quarter, but the defense gave up 21 points late, and one corner, a young guy blew an assignment, another corner, the older guy on the other side. Surprised the 49ers didn't address cornerback in this draft. They only had so many draft picks, but do you think that would be an area that would be some concern for this team?
I do think it's something that's got to be addressed here at some point in the next year or two, for sure. You know, and I'm with you, Matt. I thought there was a good chance maybe if they stayed at 31, that they might take a corner at 31 to help the team out. You know, I think Richard Sherman's getting there to the end of his career. And, you know, you got a good cast of corners, but I don't think anybody everybody's sitting there going, oh, they're great, whether it's Achilla Witherspoon or Mosley or, whoever else on the roster. They're good players, but I do think it has to be addressed, especially from this standpoint. The one thing I'll say, that scheme they play with San Francisco, they play the Seattle defensive scheme. It can be a little bit predictable at times. I think that's why we saw the 3rd and 15 converted. They kind of knew, like, what kind of coverage they're going to play. Let's call this play. They've been calling this coverage a lot. And when you do that, you're very dependent on your talent to always come through. And this 49ers defense, I'm glad you said it, maybe the best defense in football, or top 2, and they had a 10-point lead in the 3rd and 15. And the money is on the defense last year. So it was their job to come through. We can talk about the offense too. I understand it wasn't perfect, but they were put in a spot to close the door, slam it home, we're going to be the Super Bowl champion, and didn't do that. And my biggest point being this, with your corner question, we're in a day and age right now where you guys are seeing it. The quarterbacks and receivers and the creativity of the offensive play callers is as good as it's ever been. Quarterbacks and receivers are playing 7-on-7 when they're 7 years old. So throwing the ball and catching the ball is easy now. If you want to make stops on 3rd and 4 and 3rd and 5 in the NFL, you got to play man-to-man. That's what the really good defenses are doing. Whether that's the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots, they're not going to let you pick apart some zone and find a little hole and then have a good quarterback soon throw some laser in there. They're going to go, no, we're going to glue you up man-to-man and really make you think twice and give you no windows to throw the ball. And you're going to have to make a great throw against man-to-man coverage against our really, really good corners. And I do think that's probably one aspect I'd like to see the 49ers improve over the next year or so.
Chris Sims, our NBC Sports NFL analyst. Great insight as always. Thanks for taking the time to join us.
Laura and Matt, thank you. Be good. Stay safe.
I'll switch it up on defense. I'm going to go with Isaiah Simmons.
Okay.
But I agree. I think it's going to be Chase Young. And then a quarterback, I made this argument before. I mean, I think the only person that can honestly win it is Joe Burrow. And I think this past year, unfortunately, proved that Josh Jacobs deserves it over Kyler Murray. Period. So, Jared, those are what? Go to carpet shelf. Should the Saints extend Alvin Kamara? This is a great question. And I think we're going to agree, but I don't think people are going to like it.
Okay, what are you going to say?
I'm going to say no.
What does the contract look like for Kamara?
Unless
Because if I have to pay him more than Christian McCaffrey, I can't do it.
But if you're the Saints, and it's literally going to be, hey, Drew Brees, do you want to come back and play? And if it's a yes, then maybe you consider paying Kamara on a shorter-term deal.
The Saints have always tried to use Kamara as more of a clearly 1A to a decent enough one.
We get banged up a little bit.
So I in general, am not a huge fan of paying backs. Kamara is awesome, don't get me wrong.
All right.
But he's going to ask for McCaffrey money, frankly, as he should ask for.
Absolutely.
I don't want to give him that. I don't.
Okay, let's go to Silent Anarchy.
Got that right. Got it.
Does Carson Wentz have a receiver top 700 yards this season?
Great question. I don't know what the answer
Does
is.
Zach Ertz count?
Yeah, Ertz counts, sure. Which, funny enough, always left out of the equation. He's not really a receiver. I don't think Jeffrey gets it. I don't think Deshaun Jackson gets it. So you're banking on Jalen Reagor getting 700 yards as a rookie. I don't think a receiver gets 700. I think a player doesn't. I think Ertz gets close to 1,000. He's your number one guy. And then I think that Jeffrey, if he plays actually, if Deshaun Jackson is healthy.